Welcome to Lesson 8.4, the Dependent Care Credit. Tax credits are designed to offset tax liability in the form of refundable and non-refundable credits. The Dependent Care Credit is a non-refundable credit, meaning that it will only bring down your tax liability and will not give the taxpayer a refund. Now let's go over some rules of the Dependent Care Credit. First off, there must be, obviously, an amount owed or an expense for daycare. The child must be under the age of 13 unless the person is mentally or physically unable to take care of themselves. The child must be a qualifying child and must have lived with the taxpayer for more than half the year. The expenses must have been incurred while the parent was working or looking for work. School expenses for the child are not eligible, and overnight camps are not eligible. However, summer day camp expenses do qualify. A couple other rules here. Filing status cannot be married filing separately, just like a lot of the other credits. The person claiming the credit must have earned income, and in order to put the information into the tax return, the taxpayer needs to have information about the care provider, like their name, address. If it's a business, they'll have a tax ID number, and if it's a babysitter or nanny, they'll need the social security number of that person. Now we're going to go through how to put the information into the tax software. In TaxSlayer, under Deductions, then under Credits, you'll find this section here, the Child Care Credit Form 2441. Once you've clicked on that button, you'll be required to first fill in the child care provider's information. So if they have a government-issued tax ID, or you're going to use a social security number, then it will go in this first box here. Then you'll fill out the name and address, and then right at the bottom there you see the amount paid will go in that box, amount paid to provider for child care. The next tab under the child care provider's information is the dependents. Here you would list the dependents that you paid child care expenses for. So this could be just one of your dependents, or it could be multiple dependents, whoever you're paying expenses for daycare. Each one of them needs to be listed here in this dependents box. And finally, the last tab in that section wants to know if all of these expenses were qualified expenses. So this is where you would split that total paid into a number of boxes for all the different dependents. So maybe the child care provider gave you a statement saying that you paid $3,000 this year for child care. Well, if you have 3 children, you could probably know to split that up $1,000 for each child. Or the child care provider will list the dependents and how much you paid per dependent. So this is where you would fill out that information. TaxSlayer will automatically calculate this credit for us, and the amount will transfer to line 49 on the 1040. Thank you for watching this training video. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact volunteer@refundohio.org.